What is good, YouTube? It is your boy, Zachariah, checking in for a brand new implementation. And today, of course, by the title, we are training some back attack by yours truly. My name is Zach. Today's session was a pretty chill session, if I'm honest. I asked my cameraman, my videographer, Cody, to go ahead and experiment a little bit in terms of angles, and he put on his camera lens that really allows to bring out like the details, the raw emotion of the workout. Whereas when I set up my tripod, of course, it's really far away. You see my whole body going throughout each exercise. And of course, that's optimal if you're trying to learn how to perform most exercises and stuff like that. But with this workout, I just wanted to capture a little bit of some more close-up type footage. And I don't know if you guys enjoy that or not. From what I understand, you guys have said in the past, it's a little bit different from other channels, and I like to do it from time to time. But of course, I will go back and set up my tripod on various workouts as well, so you guys can see me going through the whole entire exercise, my whole entire body as it functions throughout each movement, each rep, set, and so on. So we began this workout with some pull-down oriented movements. You saw in the beginning some pull-ups. I did like 8 sets of pull-ups, 8 sets of like 10 reps, and that isn't to failure or anything like that. But then after that, we moved on to this unilateral pull-down, and with this, you can tell I'm doing one arm at a time. And for me, this is my favorite way to do this machine, because as you're pulling down with one arm, you're really focusing on your other lat, stretching and getting a full stretch while the other arm is contracting the lat. And it's difficult for me. I always try to use straps on my back days. I have relatively like strong grip strength, but I really try to isolate my back as much as possible, because obviously my arms overpower a lot of my physique, and I don't want my biceps to take over on my lat movements. And so once again, moving into another pull down movement, a little bit of some overkill, a lat pull down. And with these, for me, they were awkward for so many years. Like, I watched so many different tutorials. I watched so many different YouTubers and stuff trying to get, the proper form down. And I've been experimenting for years. And I now have a form that I would call my own. I can now really isolate my back. I don't need to go extremely wide. And that may be because my back isn't extremely wide. My frame is not, like, gigantically wide or anything like that. And so I keep a wide grip, but it's slightly narrower than like all the way out. And for me, that's the best way to isolate my lats. And the biggest thing I would say I focus on is bringing the bar down just under my chin with every single rep. Of course, in this workout, you guys are going to see it's much more of a rhythmic workout. I'm not necessarily having an extremely slow, controlled negative or anything like that. But I'm keeping my rhythm. I'm keeping tension on the muscle I'm trying to work. And in a lot of these sets, I was going a little bit heavier, if I'm honest with myself. Like this cable row, actually, I think I maxed the machine out at 250 pounds, if that's what it goes up to, which is decent for me. I mean, on a good day, I can normally do that for 15 to 20 reps if I kind of get that insanity about myself. So that's what I went into, is this rowing movement, as opposed to starting with rows as I normally do. It's much more difficult for me to save the rows for the end of the workout, because for whatever reason, of course, I guess my grip strength goes out when I'm rowing 400 pounds and doing these heavy one-arm dumbbell rows. So it just makes sense to me to normally start with the heavy rows and stuff like that. But I've always considered, because of the fact that I train back twice a week, to have more of a pull-down oriented day and more of a row oriented day. And I honestly do kind of do that. Like later in the week, I will normally focus on the pull-down movements, and earlier in the week when I'm fresh, I have higher energy, I will normally do my heavy rows. So moving on into a one-arm dumbbell row. With these, I can normally go extremely heavy, especially when I get into that rhythmic sync, and I just go through rep after rep after rep. But with this, I'm trying to go a little bit slower, not just throw the weight around, focus on my traps, stretching the lats, and of course bringing the rhomboids into the movement. My neck, of course, too. People always talk shit about my neck. It's just something that doesn't grow, guys. I'm not genetically gifted when it comes to my neck. I've done plenty of neck exercises, like isolating exercises in the past. I probably should be focusing on them every workout, It's just something that I'm not really prioritizing to the degree that I could be. But think about all the heavy-ass deadlifts. Think about all the heavy-ass rows. When you're deadlifting 585, when you're shrugging 405, or 585 for that matter. I've shrugged a lot more than that even. Or doing heavy-ass barbell rows with 365 pounds for multiple reps. Your neck comes into play with all of that, and I've said it before, but it's just something that I wasn't genetically gifted at receiving, the freaking neck muscles. I don't know. I would rather have like a thinner, more aesthetic neck than a gigantic, fat, I don't even know what to call it, like football player, boxer neck. I don't know. Like, I've seen football players that have aesthetic necks, but I digress. So these dumbbell rows, I wasn't going heavy at all, honestly. I think this is like 85 pounds, 90 pounds, something around there. But again, the weight doesn't matter, and that's something I'm trying to teach Cody, who was training alongside me. It really does not, as long as you focus on the movement. And I've always said you can have a good workout with just the bar itself. You can have a good workout with 135 pounds, whether you're bench pressing, deadlifting, barbell rowing, or squatting. If you are using the movement properly and you were going through exercises the way that they should be, and you were calculating where you need to be moving your elbows, where you need to be placing your rhomboids, stretching, squeezing, that is really how you get an effective workout. So we finished off this session with the T-bar row, and I did not film any of the sets of this. We may have only done 2 sets because we were both spent. But we also filmed a biceps session of this workout that I may end up uploading separately at some point. I just wanted to kind of keep this video short and sweet. So that's the end of it, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is Zachary Zebra. Until next time, I love you all so much. Peace out. Bye.